My name is Sarah, and I'm sitting here in a quiet cafe, watching the rain blur the city outside. It's a melancholic kind of day, a perfect reflection of the storm that's been brewing inside me for years. I'm married to David, a good man, a truly good man. We have two beautiful children, a comfortable home, and a life that, on paper, is everything I ever dreamed of. But dreams, I've learned, can be more complicated than they appear. David and I met in college. He was the steady one, the kind, dependable rock. He loved me fiercely, unconditionally, and for a long time, that felt like enough. We built our life together brick by brick, shared dreams, weathered storms. He's a wonderful father, always. There for the kids, always supporting me, even when my own ambitions felt like distant stars. He's my anchor, my safe harbor, and I love him truly, deeply. But over the years, a different kind of love, a different kind of fire started to fade. The passion, the spontaneity, the feeling of being truly seen in a way that stirred my soul. That began to dwindle. Then, 5 years ago, Mark walked into my life. He was a new colleague at work, a whirlwind of energy and ideas, with a quick wit and eyes that seemed to strip away all my carefully constructed facades. Mark was everything David wasn't: unpredictable, intense, thrilling. From our first conversation, there was an undeniable spark, an intellectual and emotional connection that shocked me. It was like finding a piece of myself I hadn't realized was missing, a wilder, more adventurous spirit that David's gentle nature had never quite ignited. Our connection started innocently enough: long work discussions, then coffee, then late-night texts that bled into early mornings. We talked about everything: our pasts, our dreams, our disappointments. He understood my unspoken thoughts, anticipated my jokes, challenged my perspectives. He made me feel alive, vibrant, like the woman I was before the responsibilities of marriage and motherhood had settled upon me. The guilt, of course, was a constant companion, a heavy stone in my stomach. I was betraying David, the man who loved me, the father of my children. I saw his kind, unsuspecting face, his unwavering trust, and I hated myself. But then I'd be with Mark, even just for a stolen lunch break, and the world would crackle with an electricity I couldn't deny. It was a selfish, intoxicating escape. Eventually, our connection escalated. We swore it wouldn't, that we'd keep it strictly platonic. But the pull was too strong. One rainy evening, after a particularly intense work project, we found ourselves alone in the office, the city lights twinkling outside. One touch led to another, and in that moment, all my carefully built walls crumbled. It was exhilarating and terrifying, a betrayal that felt both utterly wrong and undeniably right. From then on, we lived a double life: stolen moments, whispered conversations, hidden messages. Each lie to David chipped away at my soul, but each moment with Mark felt like breathing fresh air after suffocating for too long. He wasn't just a physical escape. He was an emotional, an intellectual lifeline. He saw the fire in me that I thought had died, and he fanned it back to life. The pressure mounted, unbearable. I was constantly on edge, living in fear of exposure, torn between two worlds that were slowly tearing me apart. I tried to pull away from Mark, to recommit to David, to salvage the life I had, but the void in my heart, once awakened by Mark, refused to close. I tried to talk to David, obliquely, about our relationship, about needing more, but he just looked confused, hurt. He didn't understand what I was trying to say, or perhaps he didn't want to. One night, the inevitable happened. David found a message from Mark on my phone, a casual, seemingly innocent text, but with just enough underlying intimacy to betray me. His face, when he confronted me, was a mask of pain and disbelief that I will carry with me to my grave. The accusations, the tears, the broken trust, it was everything I deserved. In the shattering aftermath, I had to choose. And it was the hardest choice I've ever made. Mark, who swore he loved me, who promised a future filled with passion and understanding. Or David, the steadfast, loving husband, the father of my children, whose heart I had shattered. I chose David. Or rather, I chose my children. I chose the life we had built. I chose the comfort of familiarity over the terrifying unknown. Mark was devastated, and I saw the light dim in his eyes as I walked away. It felt like tearing off a limb, a part of myself I was sacrificing. The healing for David and me has been slow, agonizing. There are days when the silence between us is deafening, filled with unspoken accusations and the ghosts of betrayal. I work tirelessly to rebuild trust, to be the wife he deserves, to rekindle the flame that almost died. I look at my children, their innocent faces, and I know I made the right choice for them. But sometimes, when the house is quiet and David is asleep beside me, I still find myself thinking of Mark. I wonder what could have been, what kind of life we might have built. A pang of regret, sharp and cold, pierces through me. The spontaneity, the thrill, the feeling of being utterly, completely seen, I miss it. This path, the one I chose, is filled with love, yes, but also with the lingering shadow of a different life, a different kind of happiness. I made my choice, and I live with it every day. It's a life built on forgiveness, on second chances, on trying to make right what I broke, but the crossroads of my heart, where two paths diverged, will forever be etched with the pain of the road not taken. And sometimes, on days like this, with the rain blurring the world outside, I can still feel the chill of that decision, a quiet, melancholic ache that never truly leaves me.